to your Thursday morning yoga class here in the middle of May. So good to be together again. Just taking these seconds to connect with this moment you've set aside to be with your yoga practice, these poses, your breath. If you're comfortable, let your eyes close. Let your thoughts settle like the snow in a snow globe. And begin to bring awareness to breath. Noticing the tip of your nose where the breath enters and exits. And you can feel a slight temperature difference there. Bringing awareness to the back of your throat. That soft palate. And awareness to the collarbones and the ribs. Rhythmic breath. The book is Breath of Joy, and the poem is Breathe In, Breathe Out. Breathe in spaciousness and acceptance of what is. Breathe out resistance. Breathe in possibility and optimism. Breathe out fear and doubt. Breathe in ease. Breathe out the need to change the way this moment is unfolding. Breathe in the certainty that what we really are is so much bigger than pain and suffering. Breathe out limitation and conditioning. Breathe in divinity and openness. Breathe out a prayer of thanks that even in the midst of difficulty, there is awareness. And from this awareness of breath, let us take those 3 breaths together. We inhale and exhale. Hearing the sound of the breath, we inhale and exhale. Last one, we inhale and exhale. And with the next breath, we open our eyes and raise our arms to the sky with the in-breath, and we let the hands come back down on the out-breath. On the in-breath, we bring them up. And this time on the exhale, we drop them slightly behind us. Bring your feet in front of you. Heels hip width apart, thighs parallel. Fingertips optimally point toward your bottom, but if that's uncomfortable, you can change that direction so it's comfortable on your wrist. On the inhale, we lift our hips. We look up at the sky. On the exhale, we touch the tailbone down. On the inhale, we lift. And on the exhale, we set it down. On the inhale, we lift. This time we hold. We point right foot to the sky. And then as if we could push a button on the ceiling, we lift. 1, 2, 3. Placing right heel on left knee, we set the hips down again. And then lift the heart toward the left thigh. Right knee points out as we begin to open that hip. Crown of the head lifts, hip opens. Next inhale, we lift one more time, and on the exhale, we set the foot down and the hips down. Give ourselves a hug, release the shoulders. And then we set our hands back and our feet back in place before we do it again. We inhale, we lift. This time we exhale, we slide those hips back, hovering. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, slide the hips back. One more time, inhale, lift. This time lift the left foot. Push the ceiling for 3, 2, 1. Put the left ankle on the right knee. And reach chest toward right thigh. Opening left hip. Left knee points to the side. Feel free to change your wrist position, hand position, even coming on fists to protect your wrist. Opening that hip. One more breath here, and we lift the hips and set that foot down. And we'll give ourselves that hug. Well done. Starting with some nice hip openers. From here, let us take this left foot, slide it for the right hip, and then bring the right knee on top of left. Look like so, stacked knees. And if that's too much, find a variation that's more comfortable, cross-legged. Lifting the crown of the head on the inhale, exhale, fold over the knees and stretch. So we're starting with these bigger hip openers instead of waiting till the end of practice. Breathing into the stretch. And come back up. And this time to switch sides, we just touch our fingers lightly behind us. And switch. Left leg's now on bottom. Right knee, right leg on bottom, left knee on top. I.e. switch sides. You'll lift the heart and then fold over. Breathing into that left hip. And then let's come all the way up. uncross the legs, and then just cross the ankle to roll over the knees and come to all fours. Let's start with some spinal undulation. From the top of the head to the tailbone, we wiggle that spine. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Inhale, we look up, and exhale, we round. Inhale, we sniff, lifting the nose and tailbone, and exhale, we round. One more like that. And round. And coming to a neutral spine, come on the top of your feet and hover your knees. So often we do this with toes tucked. Just let's try it without the toes tucked. Tops of the feet pushing into the mat. Set it down. Hips reach back. Child's pose. Come forward to plank. Folding plank. And then slowly lower. Belly to earth. Let's reach both arms out. Forehead touches the ground. And then bringing left hand to the mat next to the shoulder. We're going to bring left foot over behind us to open that right shoulder. Now if you want more, you can bring the left hand to the left foot as you open even more. Start keeping that left foot on the floor. And then let's switch sides, roll to the front. Left arm reaches out, bend the right elbow, and bring that right foot over behind. Again, staying here to open that shoulder. Or reach the right hand to the right foot inward. Really opening up the top of that thigh. Easy to get tight, especially if you run and bike. And then roll back. Bring both hands next to the ribs as we roll up for our first cobra. And roll down. 2 more times like that. We roll up. And we roll down. And one more time. We roll up. And we roll down. And then we're going to tuck the toes and push up into plank. From plank, let's go to our first downward dog. And then the knees, belly to thighs, drop the head, and then reach those heels back. Such a powerful pose to open the back of the legs. Inhale, look up between the thumbs, walk your feet to that spot. Bend the knees slightly, and then grasp the hands behind the back, drop the head, and let those shoulders open as you drop those hands over the head. Tailbones reaching up as the hands passively stretch over the head. Drop the hands Inhale halfway, stretching head forward, reach those hands back, and then let's come all the way up. Hands come over the head. Exhale, hands to the heart, and drop the hands to the side. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk or step back to that plank. Chaturanga. Slowly lower down, hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come into a cobra or your first up dog. One breath here, and then rolling over our toes to find down dog. Feeling that stretch. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk step. Move to that spot. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold, but grasp the hands behind the back again and let it stretch. Tailbone up. Hands over. One more breath. Drop the hands. Come up halfway, hands reach back. And then come all the way up, hands touch. Come back through center. One more time. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands up. First step back to that plank. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower and hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back down dog. Holding down dog. Stretching out the Achilles. Back of the legs. Pushing into the heels if they're touching the ground. And if they're not, reaching them back. See if you can lift all 10 toes. And then put the big toes down and push. And then lift the big toes and push the 8 other toes. Alternate. Toes, big toes. 8 toes. Alternate one more time. Little toe yoga and then spread. Lift all 10, set them down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk step. Jump to that spot. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. This time, bend the knees. And let's come up for chair. Holding chair. Let's come up on our toes. Balancing on the balls of the feet in chair. And then set them down. And then lift them up. And set them down one more time. Lift them up. Set them down. And forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, walk step or jump back to plank. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's lift that right foot to the sky. Bring that right foot top of the mat. Set the left knee down and come up for low lunge. Here in low lunge, really drop the hips forward so you can get the stretch in the top of the front of the left leg. Eyes gaze up. And then drop the hands. Leave the left hand where it is. Put the right hand on the right knee. And turn to the right. Looking up. As you push that right knee out and come into the pinky toe side of that foot. Then reach the right hand back and drop the hip. And then reach the hand over, drop the hip, lift the hip. So we're kind of waving the hand in the air as we're lowering and lifting that hip. So you feel a stretch in that hip. Hopefully you got that. Then from here, we can take the right foot back and come into a variation of side plank. And then back to plank. And then back to down dog. Left foot to the sky. Left foot top of the mat. Drop the right heel now. And come up for low lunge on this side. Drop the hips forward. Feel the stretch. The top of the thigh. Thighs can gaze up. Keep reaching those hips forward. Then bring the hands down. Right hand stays on the earth. Left hand comes to the knee. Rock that knee to the side and come to the pinky toe edge of the foot. And then we can drop the hip as we reach the hand back and lift as you bring it over. So this hand waving and hip lifting and lowering as you get that nice stretch on the outside of the right hip. And then from here, option to go into a side plank on this side. And then regular plank. And then back to downward dog. Nice. Big sigh here. Even with some lion breath, shake your head out. One more. Nicely done. Inhale that right foot to the sky. Bring that right foot top of the mat. This time we're going to come on up for warrior one. Hands reach up. And then eyes gaze up. Basic warrior one. And hands come down. Step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot to the sky. Left foot top of the mat. Your left come up to warrior one on this side. You can bring that right foot a little more out. That the right heel is down. Feeling the strength of a basic warrior one, which also opens the inside of that right leg. If it's too much, you can always keep your heel up. But eyes gaze up. And hands come down. Step back. Lower down. This time belly stays on the earth again. Let's bring our hands behind our back and clasp them, roll the shoulders back, and lift hands and feet. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Hands down to child's pose. Using child's pose as a resting, recovery pose. Bring the hands back by the heels, palms face up, drop the shoulders. In breath and exhale. Out breath. From here, come up on your knees. And we'll do a little heart opening here. Tuck your toes, tuck your toes. And let's bring our fingertips into our back pockets, so to speak, as we press into our lower back. Pull our elbows toward each other as if someone's trying to tie them together. Push the hips forward so they're over the knees. Lift the heart, and it's as if it's coming from the bottom up. And the last thing is the crown of the head reaching back. Eyes gaze at the sky. Supporting that lower back. Come back forward. Knowing that you can always put some cushion under your knees if this is too much. Both hands up. And then let's drop the right hand to the right heel and stretch that left hand up and over. Heart lifts again. Hips reach forward. Switching sides. And then both hands down and heart up. And hips come to the heels. And then hands come to the thighs and then curl forward. So instead of going to child's pose, we're doing this. Heel, the bottom, we're stretching the soles of the feet as we open the back of the shoulders. Drop the chin. And then let's come all forward and give it a wiggle. Nicely done. From here, tuck the toes and come down, back to downward dog. Let's step that left foot forward and then turn to the right until our feet are parallel. So we're going into a wide angle forward fold. Drop the crown of your head, hinging at the hips, and walk your hands out to your feet. You can grab those big toes with the first two fingers and reach the elbows out for wide angle forward fold. Slight tug, you're going to open the back of the legs. And then slowly bring the hands in front of the face and hands to hips and come on up. I haven't done this one in a while. Let's do reverse prayer. So reach your hands behind your back, bring your fingertips together, and then see if you can bring your palms together, like so. If not, grab your elbows. We're still in wide angle. And then from here you can come into a forward fold and reverse prayer or grabbing elbows. Bring your hands to your hips. We're going to turn the right toe out. Do a little something different. Bend into that right knee. And we're going to come into warrior two from right here. Look out over your right middle finger and hold. Doing more static poses instead of a flowy pose. Pull your heels together, activating your legs. Sinking the hips a little deeper. And straighten the right leg. Right toes forward, the left toes back. Switch to the opposite side. Warrior two on the left. Shoulders roll down and back. Hips, chest, and head are stacked. Straighten the left leg. Turn the toes forward. Turn the right toe. Bend back to warrior two, but this time drop the right elbow and left hand comes over the head. You can stay here with elbow on knee or go further by dropping the right hand in front of the foot. If you want even more, you can drop the left hand behind the back and the right one can find it for a bound side angle. When you're done, come back to warrior two and straighten that right knee. Switching to the left, lower the hips, left sided. Warrior two. The side angle, finding the variation that feels right for you today. Opening the heart. Lots of variations here on what can feel right for you today. Trusting your body. Back to warrior two. Back to wide angle. Clasp your hands behind your back. Open your heart. Look up and hinge forward. Another variation of wide angle forward fold. Hands drop over the head. Just a bunch of shoulder opening. Good. Come on back up. Feeling the strength of your legs. Shake out your arms. Arms spread wide. Right toes point to the top, back of the mat, top of the mat. This time reach the hand forward, ribs move forward, reach, reach, reach. And then drop the hand to the shin, the ankle, the big toe. And open the heart to the sky for triangle. Opening the hip. Opening the heart. Come on back up. Right toe forward, left toe. Reach the left hand forward, left ribs. Drop the hand to the shin, the ankle, the big toe. Roll that right shoulder back. Tuck that left hip. Triangle. And come on back up. Turn both feet to the center again. This time, click the heels at a 45-degree angle and bend the knees following the toes as we come into a squat or semi-squat. Bring your hands to prayer. With cactus arms and look up and hold. Come up on your right ball of the foot. Set it down, left ball of the foot. Set it down and both, if you can, and set them down. Lift them up and set them down. Little foot strength one more time. And then straighten the legs and reach the hands over the head. Wiggle the fingers. And then bring the hands down. Undulate your spine here. Wiggle your hips. Shake that out. Well done. Let's heel toe our feet together. Boop, 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 boop. With the booping sound. From here, we're going to bring our hands to our hips again. This time bring right knee up, and then right knee on left. Right ankle on left knee. So we've been here before. We started doing this stretch. Now we're going to go ahead and bring our hands to prayer and reach our hips back for a chair variation. Feeling this stretch, you can come down all the way and bring your hands to the mat if you want. Hands flat on the floor. And if you want to do an arm balancing pose, hook your toes around that upper arm. Place the knee on the opposite upper arm. Shift the feet forward. And lift the left foot. And maybe you can kick that foot out further. Maybe you want to stay down here. Oops. Maybe you want to come on back up. Coming back to mountain pose. Opening the hips. Not being afraid to fall or challenge yourselves in new poses. Finding your edges. When you're done with that side, switching sides, placing your weight into the right foot. Bring that left knee up, left ankle to right knee, hands at prayer, back through, hips back to a squat. You can come down here, just hooking the elbow inside the foot, or bring the hands to the mat. Hooking foot, placing knee, shifting weight. Remembering the main goal though is this hip opening. And when you're done, meet me back in mountain pose. Both feet up on the mat. Shoulders rolled down and back. Crown of the head lifting. Pausing here to feel the strength of mountain pose. One more standing balancing pose because balance is so important to our health. Hands back on hip. Weight comes into the left foot. We bring that right knee up again. This time we take the peace fingers and grab the big toe. You can stay right here. You can actually just grab your knee. Or you can kick that foot out. Find a focal point. And then when you're ready, you can rotate that out to the right side. And again, don't be afraid to fall in and out of this pose. Coming back in and out of it as you need. And setting it down. switching sides, left knee up, grabbing the big toe, finding how far you can stretch that heel out. You can play with holding it forward and to the side. You can play with arm position, reaching the hand to the side, finds more balance than on the hip. You want to keep your head, hip all aligned so you're not cocking that hip up. And then let's give ourselves the chance to do each side one more time. Your way. You decide how long you're holding it. And meet me back in mountain. You got your head. Walk your feet hip width apart. And let's find that yogic spot, this time dropping our hips between our heels. Hands at heart, elbows inside knees, and actively squeeze knees to elbow, elbow to knees. And then set the hips down and slide the heels out. We're going to find a long forward fold hold. One of the best poses. You stretch out the back of the legs. So grabbing shins, ankles, toes, or maybe you can even place the top of your palms on the soles of your feet as if you're standing on your hands. And then bending at the hips. Drop the head between the arms. Forward fold. Other variations include grabbing the outsides of the feet or interlacing your fingers. Remember, you can always have a little bend in your knees. Super powerful pose, forward fold. Inhale halfway, lifting the heart, and then we're going to exhale and do it again. Pick a different variation with hand positioning. And come on up. Slide your heels up and then drop your knees out. Cobbler pose. Knees fall open. Lift the crown of your head and then forward fold here. Open the hips again. Sinking deeper and deeper into this pose. And then coming on back up. Bring both knees up. slide the left foot forward, toes point up, and then take this right foot toward your chest, and then set the foot down in the crease, hip crease. So it's the crown of your head. You can stay right here. You can slide the right hand around and grab this big toe. And you can also fold forward. Having the left hand grab the outside of the left foot. So the stretches, you feel stretch in many parts. Powerful pose. Taking the time to let it do its magic. Slowly coming back up, releasing the bind if you're bound, thanking your knee, straightening the right leg. And then grab the left foot, bring it toward your chest, and then gently place the pinky toe side blade of the foot into that hip crease. Bring the left hand around and grab the big toe, lifting the crown of the head, and sliding right hand down the outside of the right foot, forward fold. Breathing into this deep stretch. In the full variation, you're opening shoulders and hips and the back of the legs. There's so much going on. And slowly coming up, unbinding it, bending that knee, and hip, and straightening the leg. And then we're going to come to our backs. Little moan, a little roll, a little rock. Massaging the back. Placing your feet on the outer edges of your mat. Let's take the time to drop the knees to the right and hold. So you should, if you lift your head, you should see a straight line down that left knee. And then bringing the knees up and dropping the right knee straight down the mat, middle of the mat, left knee out to the side. And back up to the center. Legs up the wall. For to shoulder stand. 3 choices. You go into whole shoulder stand, your forearms, upper arms are parallel. And just like we put our hands in our back pockets on a handle, your hands are supporting your lower ribs. The back of your head pushes into the mat so that your nose and chin can lift. Toes point to the sky, flex and point, ankle circles. Keep lifting. And then if you want to do plow, drop your toes over the head, keeping your hands where they are, or interlacing the fingers. Pinkies on the mat. Drop the knees by the ears. And then roll on down. Rock side to side. Let's straighten the legs and come up on our elbows and do one more chest opener. We're dropping our head back, opening our throat and our chest. And if you want to touch the crown of the head down, you can. Good, come flat on your back again. And then let's bring our knees to our chest again. Reach the right leg straight, right hand grabs left knee. Let's bring it across the body. Stretch the left arm out, eyes gaze left and then close. Coming to the end of our practice. Inhale and exhale. Switching sides. Left leg straighten, right knee comes up. Left hand to right knee. Right arm stretches out. Eyes gaze for that hand and close. Really feeling the stretch on the outside of the hip. Slowly unwind. Bring left knee to match right knee. Happy baby. heels out. Rock, roll, lift your head, pull your feet as if they could reach behind your head. Last big stretch, and then bring those knees together, wrap your arms around your shins, bring your nose to your knees, give yourself some love, squeeze tight, scrunch your face, curl your toes, and then stretch all the way out into complete relaxation for Shavasana. Palms traditionally face up, and the toes point out. And then you go into deep, deep relaxation, letting all the muscles let go, sink, relax, melt. And every exhale, releasing deeper into relaxation. I'll read our breathing code one more time, and then I'll let you rest. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in spaciousness and acceptance of what is. Breathe out resistance. Breathe in possibility and optimism. Breathe out fear and doubt. Breathe in ease. Breathe out the need to change the way this moment is unfolding. Breathe in the certainty that what we really are is so much bigger than pain and suffering. Breathe out limitation and conditioning. Breathe in divinity and openness. Breathe out a prayer of thanks that even in the midst of difficulty, there is awareness. One mind at a time, as you rest. From this place, bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Bring back to the sacred breath. remind us to let go and to bring in what we need. From here, stretch your hands over your head. You give your body and spine a wiggle. Rest your head on your upper arms. Bring your knees to your chest in a semi-fetal position as we pause here for gratitude. Knowing that whatever comes to your mind is perfect. And then pushing yourself back up to that upright position. We end as we started with 3 breaths, this time hands at heart, thumbs on chest. We inhale and exhale with sound. Knowing whatever sound comes out is fine. Ooh, oh, om. Last one. That light in me honors that in every single one of you. Thank you for your practice, and namaste.